Hey everyone, this is Jalen with Growth Inspire. I am back with a video, but I'm talking about business related stuff. It's not going to be talking about credit, but it's going to be for my entrepreneur friends or those who are looking to start a business. There are some things that I wanted to talk about that I wish I would have known sooner before I even jumped right on in it as being an entrepreneur and being a business owner. So I wanted to talk about those things and recommend some things that I would recommend someone to do before they just jump right on in it and open a business. So if you were wondering, some of the top lessons I learned that I wish I would have known sooner before starting the business, definitely look into this video as I'll be going over some few things for you. So check this out. So it's one of those things that a lot of people say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Like you don't want to just jump right on in it. I know for myself, I was like, hey everybody, I'm going to do this and that before I even got it done. So definitely want to have some kind of a game plan, something written down, at least something you can just backtrack and go back to. So today I will be talking about a few things that I learned being an entrepreneur, that as an entrepreneur that I wish I would have known sooner, and some of the top lessons I learned about it. So I will be definitely sharing that with you guys so you actually know some things that you may not even know. Due to the fact that there's a lot of competition out there, you may not know what you don't know, and it's maybe hard to seek some kind of help due to the fact that you're competing with somebody else theoretically, so you may not receive that kind of support that you may need to operate your business at full capacity. But me, I started a few businesses before. I have had some for years, so I know what's it like to figuring stuff out on my own, and there's a lot of stuff I wish I would have done sooner. So I am willing to share some information with people to help them out and get them in the right direction. So definitely look into this video as I'll be going over a few things for you. I broke it down into 5 different things for you guys that I wish I would have known sooner. So I'll be talking about all 5 different things that I would recommend anyone to do or work on a lot sooner than later. The first thing I would recommend anyone that I wish I would have done sooner is working on a business plan. So my first business that I ever ran and owned and started, I basically jumped right on in it. I didn't have a business plan. I just went basically all by faith and not by sight. So unfortunately, I was going in all these different directions and I honestly didn't know where I was going. So you definitely want to have a business plan. There's a lot of templates on the internet that can walk you through everything that you need to know, and it acts like a blueprint for your business. So it covers practically everything that you need, from the company name, the mission, like it's just a lot of different stuff that's on there. So definitely you want to have some sort of business plan, and you definitely want to have it somewhere you can easily access it, whether it can be on your computer or written down in a notebook or whatever you want to use. So you definitely want to have a business plan. The next thing I would recommend doing sooner than later than networking. So I network with a lot of entrepreneurs. They are very intelligent people. Like they know stuff that I don't know. A lot of people come to me to begin with for their credit or for any general business questions that they may have, but I have colleagues that are very intelligent in certain different areas in life, so I definitely reach out to them and work with them and ask them questions. And the good thing about that with networking is if you don't know what you don't know, like you can ask someone else who may know, or they can try to get you in the right direction. So you definitely want to keep networking, working with people, attend events, get local with the community, do things with the community, have like different fundraisers, like just get active with any way you can. And I have friends all over the United States. I'm even out the country. So you definitely want to keep working with people, keep networking, just keep doing what you're doing. You definitely want to work with people because you never know, they may need you or you may need them. You never know. So you definitely want to keep working with people. The next thing that you want to do is have some kind of equity or funding for the business. Now, what I mean about funding and capital, you want to have some sort of cash reserve to where, like, if anything happens to the business, you can have some kind of money to fall back on. A lot of people, their issues is like when they get capital or they get funding, they get a business loan, so they already have negative equity for the business, and then they may even have negative cash flow for the business as well. So basically, if they're not making any money and then they can't pay back their financial obligations or their loans, then they start sinking even more into closure or even bankruptcy. So you definitely want to have some kind of money to the side or money reserved to where for like emergencies or anything that can happen in the business. If you have some dead periods of not making any revenue or sales, you definitely want to have some kind of cash reserve for backup just for those things that goes on in the business. Now, you may think that you are booming, you got all this clientele, you got all these people inquiring about you, but I can almost guarantee that you may have a dead period where you don't make any kind of sales or revenue or anything like that. So it tends to happen to a lot of people, and it may happen to you. So you definitely don't want to run into that situation to where you have no cash flow and no money to basically run on for your bills and for the business to keep operating. So you definitely want to have some sort of funding to the side. Another thing that you want to do is always keep learning and growing the business. Now, you may thinking, why would this even matter? But if you're not growing, you're basically staying at a plateau. So basically, you always want to keep learning, keep growing, keep innovating, keep doing all these different things for your business, but don't do it too fast, as you may not be able to keep up or you might get overwhelmed. But you practically do want to take at least some sort of baby steps on growing the company, growing the business, and doing things a little bit different or make things better for the business. As if you're not growing, then another company may be growing at a faster accelerating rate. So you definitely don't want to stay at a standstill for a long time, and you definitely want to invest in working on yourself, reading, meditating, or do whatever you do to help soothe or make you feel more comfortable or make you feel like you're in a better mindset. So you definitely want to keep going, keep learning, and keep reading, and keep doing all these different things and just never stop. Me personally, I'm always reading, I'm always learning. I learn something new almost every day. I read books almost every day. Like, I'm always doing something because there's always that room for growth. So I definitely recommend that for anybody who wants to be a better business owner and be a good entrepreneur, as to just keep learning and keep growing. As when you don't know what you don't know, that can definitely help you out. The last thing that you want to do that I wish I would have done sooner is learning to delegate your tasks. Me being the entrepreneur, you basically know how to do all these different things. A lot of people even call me the jack of all trades. There's almost nothing that I can't do or I can't figure out. But one thing I learned is that I can't do everything by myself. Unfortunately, like, you can get into burnout, or you can miss something, you can miss a big project. There's like all this different stuff that can happen. I get sloppy. There's a lot of different stuff that can happen. The key objective for task delegation is getting the minor stuff or the little stuff done with someone you can trust. Having either a secretary or a virtual assistant, a manager, even a freelancer. Like, you definitely want to delegate some of the smaller tasks and have them do that while you can focus on the bigger picture and more important tasks. So task delegating is very important, as you may know how to do everything, but you can't do everything by yourself, no matter how skilled you are, how many skills that you got. Sometimes there's just not enough time in the world for you personally to do everything on your own. So definitely have some sort of delegation system and learn to focus on the bigger tasks and delegate some of the smaller tasks for anyone, if you ever have employees or have hired freelancers, there's definitely a lot of resources out there to where you can delegate a lot of stuff to where it still gets done at the fraction of your money, but you'll have more time on your hands to focus on the bigger picture. So definitely delegate your tasks. I always recommend that, as you can't do everything by yourself. So definitely do that. Those are the 5 things that I definitely would have wished that I'd done sooner than later, as those are some very important things that led me to what I do now and what I know now. So I had to figure those stuff out the hard way, from doing everything by myself and jumping right on in it. So if I can help people out, I definitely would with that. So those are the top 5 things that I would recommend anyone to do before they just jump right on in it. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment your thoughts about it. You can even reach me at my email for any questions, support@growthinspire.info. I'm always checking my email. I'll get back with you as soon as possible. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'm always going to be dropping content. I'm always going to be working with people. I'm always going to keep going no matter what. So I appreciate you guys looking at this video, watching this video, listening to me. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you at the next one. Thank you.